Alright. So, man, it has been a slow month for me for July for many different reasons. First of all, my YouTube channel, like with my videos, although I have been, been quite active as of this whole month, I think the algorithm just hates me for this month, so any support towards, the recent videos would be very much appreciated. Or if you haven't even know I posted videos, yeah, they're out right now. I have a variety of content, go check it out. Again, the amount of support is really much appreciated, especially for this particular video, and simply just dropping a like or support towards the video is very much appreciated. And again, sorry for the little rant, but the other thing I want to mention is literally, yes, I caved into playing Final Fantasy XIV. But here's the thing, okay? I was literally about to play the game regardless. It's just that I had to play it at this time, especially when there's a lot of whole new players coming into the game, and I honestly just want to be part of it. Especially when it comes to an MMO, I think that's the best time to be playing it, is literally when everyone else is playing it. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and check it out, because I told myself eventually I'm going to be playing this game. And I want to put it out there that I have never played a MMO in my life. I have never played, or at least put in the time in an MMO. I guess you could say the recent MMOs that I necessarily played was like PSO2, and along with the new PSO2, New Genesis. But I haven't put in enough time. I literally just put in like a couple hours, then I dipped and move on with other games, and that's just simply because MMOs for me is a hit or miss genre, because again, it's not particularly the gameplay or the gameplay format that I'm necessarily into. It's not either the traditional format I'm into. MMOs, they could be quite a learning curve. There's a lot of things to know about them, things you just have to be aware about, along with keeping it up to date, constantly playing the game every single day. Basically just a whole tons of commitment when it comes to playing one game, and I cannot commit to a game for a long time. That is incredibly hard for me, especially when I'm into playing a whole variety of games. So when I hopped into FF14, and also before I talk about it, I've never really played WoW. I never played, again, any sort of MMO. The only MMOs that I would play, that I recently played, and again, only a couple hours, so I don't really count it. I still feel like I haven't experienced that whole experience of what I did with FF14. But yeah, only a couple hours for PSO2. And again, that's clearly not enough, because with MMO you spend like thousands of hours and stuff. So yeah, as someone who has never played any sort of MMO, haven't played WoW or whatever, and someone who doesn't necessarily like dedicating their whole time into one certain game, FF14 is incredibly different for me. Because first of all, if you haven't noticed that, in my channel, I'm a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, along with Final Fantasy, and along with other JRPGs. And the thing about them is that, why I love JRPGs is that they always have their charm into them. I always love their aesthetic, their music, their gameplay, and they always do things right for a player, in terms of when it comes to their philosophy when designing games. So with FF14, even though it was a game that was quite a learning curve in the beginning of the game, because there's a lot of stuff to know about. Luckily, I had a couple of friends who were playing with me, and that could show me the ropes when playing the game. And from there on out, I mean, honestly, once luckily they taught me well, or at least showed me the fundamentals or basics of the game. From there on out, I naturally learned, because of how FF14 actually sets up their quest and all that sort of stuff. And as a player, you naturally learn stuff. You learn new stuff without the game telling you to do whatever. Although the game will eventually tell you, you naturally learn how to play the game of how it works when it comes to its UI, navigating through stuff, going around town doing missions, or all that sort of things you do in an MMO. Honestly, I am very surprised that I've enjoyed this sort of game because, like, again, MMOs ain't my thing. And after my first day already, I was really looking forward to heading on to the second day, the third day of just constantly putting in more hours into the game. It honestly felt like this sort of addiction, and I was like, is this what literally how MMO players feel like when they say that this is literally like crack? This is literally an addiction when you play. Because I was getting addicted. The reason why I love FF14 so much is because of the bias I have towards Final Fantasy. I love the other Final Fantasy stuff. I think they're cool. I always love the worlds, their environment, how their stories are, and their music. So, and they honestly did everything here, like any sort of typical mainline Final Fantasy game, in this MMO. You know, it's just literally a whole Final Fantasy JRPG in a MMO format. That's the best description I could give, and I think it's the best experience for players like me who want to just come in and who's new to MMOs or just want to try out this Final Fantasy because it is Final Fantasy. And not only that, they even enhance your experience by just putting in more players around you, being more social with other people, being more active, playing with your friends on that game. There's just so much to this whole game. It has its charm. And again, I'm not into like this whole combat system, you know, like, or at least I wasn't when I first saw it. I watched some gameplay stuff on YouTube, or I saw some streamers stream it. I saw the combat and how it played, and honestly, I was like, this isn't like my sort of game. I don't think I would necessarily enjoy it, because for me, combat is everything, and as long as you have a good gameplay loop and interesting combat mechanics, I'm set. But normally I'm into like live action, or not live action. I'm into like live action gameplay, and especially, you know, since I'm such a action game enthusiast when it comes to it, and particularly action games in the JRPG genre, like I just have a hard time playing when it's like sort of turn-based, or sort of I guess the system of how like Xenoblade and how FF14, WoW, and all those sorts of games work. I guess you say like that sort of turn-based style, it just doesn't suit me. But the thing is, since FF14 revolved all around that whole combat system, I started to enjoy it more, because there was actually more depth to it than what I've naturally expected. You know, there's all these abilities, there's all these sorts of combos that you chain up, or you do rotations. I think that's what you call it. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I'm not entirely sure. And I was just honestly surprised of how things naturally worked. And the more I played it, the more I start to appreciate it and actually enjoy wanting to head into fights. Although it was like sort of turn-based in a way, I was still able to enjoy the game. I want to try so many classes. I really do. No, yeah, and also I forgot to mention, I'm playing on a free trial on Steam. The reason why I just did the whole free trial and then buy it immediately is obviously I wasn't sure if I'm gonna like the game or not. You know, imagine buying a game that's like $60 currently on retail price, that's not on sale, and knowing that you may not like the game, and then at the same time you would have to subscribe for like another $13 each month. It's a pretty heavy investment to do, and that's what got me afraid of, because that's why it's like I don't want to be spending that much money in a video game. But then again, like apparently that's how it is when it comes to like actual MMOs. I mean, WoW does it, and then also I think FF14 obviously. But yeah, for a free trial though, you do so much. There's like a lot of things to do, and I think it was the perfect way for me to just sink in and see how a real MMO feels like. When that happened, yeah, I was just synced into everything, to the whole social aspect. Like, it's just funny just seeing seeing people run around in the same area as you, and it's always packed. Each and every area, I at least see like a couple of people just roaming around doing their own thing, doing their quest. And since the game is like so large right now with the whole new surge of players, yeah, there's like you see everyone everywhere, even at the most unexpected areas. So I've been really enjoying the game a lot. Not mainly due to the whole social aspect, but again, the combat, the gameplay, and also a lot of people said that ARR, A Realm Reborn, it's super slow or like it drags a lot, but honestly, it didn't really feel like it. And I honestly felt like what I like about this MMO a lot is literally how it doesn't feel necessarily grindy. Like, you are naturally okay to go through the whole main quest without grinding your gear and all that. As long as you know what you're doing, as long as you know how to approach these fights, I think you're pretty much set. I mean, obviously you still need appropriate gear for certain stuff, but as long as you're using the main scenario story quest, the main scenario story quest rewards, you're pretty much set. And as long as you're equipping it, you're set for onto like the next quest, main scenario quest. So like, and the problem I have, just in modern video games, is that they always want you to grind this, grind that. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. At this point, it's sort of irritating because sometimes I just want to. I think it's just for me personally. I play a lot of games that require grinding or do some sort of repetitive gameplay loop, and maybe it's getting to a point where, yeah, I am getting tired and I just kind of want to see the good content immediately. And the thing is, FF14 does that. They make me see the good content immediately. I don't have to actually work to see the good stuff, you know? Probably like if I mean, obviously you're gonna work, you're gonna do some grinding when going for like really good gear, but like, again, if you just want to see the story and all that, you're set. You could just keep on going and going. And see, I think that's one of the best parts about it. And with the story, I don't think the story so far, because I've completed at least I saw the credits with ARR, but I think I haven't actually beaten it just yet. I still have to do a few more quests and all that sort of stuff, and I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think I haven't really seen the big end yet, or not big end, I guess you could say. I haven't reached the next expansion, which is Heavensward yet, which is free within the free trial. So I haven't seen that yet, but I pretty much went through the whole base game already, and I stopped playing the game when I'm at level 59. Basically, I almost maxed out to level 60. And there's a reason why I didn't do that. But anyway, I want to, before I start getting into that, I just want to talk about like why I enjoy the game so much. And that's simply because, again, no grinding to do. Not as much grinding. It's not tedious, and honestly, you're just naturally progressing through the game. And also, it's like, what else could I say? There's another thing is that literally that I just... I'm used to the whole JRPG format, whether it's an old school game or not, when it comes to JRPGs. So like the way they set it up is basically, again, it feels like a JRPG that I'm playing. There are some quests that are just unnecessary to do. They just really just drag it on. You know, just, hey, go here and then go back here and then go there and then go back there again. And it's just like, you're just making me travel for like no reason. Why? You know? So there's a lot of going back and forth for no reason, honestly. But the thing is, I love traveling in that game. I love seeing the environments in the world, because for a very old game, I don't know when this game was necessarily made. It's either 2010 or 2012. The game looks so good. The game looks really good. It came to the point where I was just looking everywhere. I'm always looking up, like, at the horizon of the area. I'm looking just around as I'm walking, and it's very beautiful. And you see, the thing is, when it comes to JRPGs, when it comes to like their environments, what I really love about them is their environments. They always do it right. Art style goes a long way in video games, And when you make an appealing art style, you have me hooked. You have me wanting to just keep looking and roaming around your area. Art style goes a long way. And I'm so surprised of how honestly, I shouldn't be surprised. It's Square Enix. It's Final Fantasy. They've been at this for a long time. They know what they're doing. They always make their Final Fantasy games, or just any Square Enix game, look really good. So yeah, it's really just me roaming around was one of the best experiences that I honestly had. And that's just me particularly. I'm not saying like oh, if you don't think that's the reason why this game is good, don't think that. Like that's just me particularly. That's just how I feel, because honestly, I love just looking at stuff. I mean, because if you just have a drab looking game, I wouldn't honestly be playing it. But yeah, I'm usually into a lot of games where art style is mainly the key reason. If you make an appealing game, a good looking game, you're gonna appeal to a good amount of an audience, especially people like me. I guess again, I want to put this out there when it comes to its story, that nothing has really grasped me. I mean, I think the story was honestly okay. A lot of people were kind of dumping on AR, and I think it's understandable why. But as a newcomer and someone who's familiar with Final Fantasy, it's the typical FF stuff. And at the same time, yeah, it's not, I don't think it's like with base game, or at least with ARR, it isn't as the best, but there's definitely a lot of interesting points within the game. And also how they wrapped it up with the ending, I was very satisfied with that. I think overall, the ARR was okay, and the experience that I had with the base game, or at least with the free trial, it honestly makes me want to sub. And that's the reason why I stopped playing the game and stopped playing it on 59, is because I'm going to wait till the game goes on sale. Okay? I'm going to wait till the game goes on sale, and then I'm going to go sub. Because again, it's a big investment, honestly, to me. I haven't actually done something like this where I'm going to be spending amounts of money towards the game. Because not only you have to buy the expansions, but you also have to sub for $13. I was thinking, buying the expansions was already enough, but damn, I got a sub for $13 a month. So, but the thing is, the experience was really good, and then I heard the post-game stuff is worth to go into, or at least like the hard raids or the extreme raids, whatever, savage raids, where you get all the nice looking gear, and there's all sorts of infinite content that I could just go into, along with classes and all that sort of stuff. There's like, see, the thing is with the gameplay, I'm into, I saw some other gameplay of other classes, I'm really into it. The class that I'm right now, I'm a Dragoon right now, and honestly, again, with the story arc with the Dragoon was very interesting as well. And I hope to see more later on in the future, I really do, with the whole Dragoon stuff, because that was so cool, along with getting your own armor set for your certain class. I think that's so cool. I think that's really cool. So again, I hope to see it more in the future. It probably is. And I do want to try out the other classes. I did see the other classes when it came to FF. I mean, you know me. I want to be the whole DPS class. I love doing that sort of stuff. And I want to be the samurai class. I have to. I just have to. But another class I want to do is maybe Dark Knight, and also maybe Gunbreaker. Those are the current 3 other classes that I'm getting into. I never thought about being a healer. I'm not sure how that really works, or if it's going to be entertaining for me. But we'll see. I mean, once I get the game, I'm going to be spending a lot of amount of time just going through it and stuff. And I'm going to try to get through everything before Endwalker. But first, I want the game to go on sale. That's the most important thing. So I can sub immediately and start playing the game again. There's a reason why I stopped playing, because, again, you only go up to level 60. And although I'm not level 60 yet, and I could be honestly just grinding more missions, I don't want to, because they give out gil. And in the free trial, you only max out your wallet to 300,000 gil. And honestly, for someone who wants to save up their gil for in-game, I don't want to waste those quests and earn money for nothing, you know. So it's a must where I'm in a situation where I'm like, damn, I have to get the game, or else I'm just gonna be wasting all these quest rewards money, which I don't want to do, because I know you're gonna be spending a huge amount of money, in-game money, Gil, in this game, because I heard you could own a house, and house is expensive, all that. Yo, I wanna have that whole MMO experience as someone who's a newcomer. So hopefully, the game on Steam goes on sale soon, because I heard there's this whole like weird thing when it comes to how can I say when it comes to literally purchasing the game. Like, if you buy it from the Square Enix store, you're kind of locked to that store. You can't transfer your save files to if you have the Steam version, you can't buy the Square Enix store version, and then you're not able to do save transfers to different PC platforms. From what I'm aware of, like, there's just whole confusion. So I'm kind of locked into on Steam, and Steam hasn't put it on sale. And I made honestly, my biggest regret was not investing or playing the game before the Steam summer sale, and it just ended literally a few months ago, or I mean at June, and it sucks because I didn't know I was gonna be super hooked into FF14. But yeah, again, before I end the video, let's do a whole recap of why I like it. Again, it has a JRPG format, which I really do like, for someone who's a newcomer. Also, again, I think this is also a game that's actually kind of newcomer friendly in a way. I mean, the thing is, it's hard to get into at first because there's a lot of confusion. There's a huge learning curve of what to know, how to navigate stuff. But once things click for you and things start to be well, and once you start actually playing the game, when you start getting to the real content, like, it's actually really fun. Things are slow at first, but the whole point of it's so that you could learn, because there's a whole lot of systems you gotta know. There's a whole lot of like learning, even just navigating through the UI. And what I loved about this is that FF14 is that you could actually customize your whole UI, which I had no idea until I was midway in ARR. So that's really cool. And yeah, there's just a whole lot of stuff that I haven't even experienced just yet, and I'm looking forward to just getting into it once I subscribe to the game. Once the game expansions go on sale, I need it. I need to play it. I miss it a lot, okay? It's been quite some time, but yeah, I think it's I think FF14 is something to look forward to, whether you're a newcomer or not. It's an experience. That's all I could say. And also, like, a lot to people who think the gameplay looks boring. It's those type of games, honestly, because honestly I thought it was boring, but it's just those type of games where you have to play it for yourself to see if it's boring or not to you. That's all I gotta say, because I honestly thought it was boring, but when I played it, it's fun. Fun. So, yeah, I have to get the game immediately. I miss playing the game, but, you know, I have to wait. It's okay. I'm enjoying other games as of now, but also, I did clip some certain content to the game. There's some certain videos that I have in store for you for FF14 of when it comes to my first experiences with the game. So look forward to that in upcoming videos, because I hope you guys actually enjoy it. And again, supporting the video is very, very much appreciated, and I hope to see you guys in the future, because there will be more FF14 content coming eventually, especially when I'm going to be talking about the game and stuff, along with other stuff, obviously, but any support to the video and channel really matters by just dropping a like and comment down below what you guys think. Any support is very much appreciated, and I hope to see you soon. Peace off, and have a good day.